Okay, situation. A cantilever beam, 5 meters long, carries a concentrated load P at 3.75 meters from the fixed end. You're given beam moment of inertia. Okay, you are given modulus of elasticity and the value of the concentrated load. So the questions are, what is the deflection of the beam under the load? What is the maximum beam deflection? And what is the upward force required at the free end to prevent the beam from deflecting? So yun yung mga questions. So it's all about deflections, ano? So specifically for cantilever beam. So bali, ganito yung setup. So bali, meron tayong fixed support. Tapos let's say ito yung beam. Ayan. Okay. Tapos merong P na in-apply pero not necessarily sa free end. So actually, yung length nito iba sa length ng beam. So ibig sabihin, it is only located at a certain distance. So ang gagawin ko dito muna, let me derive yung general muna na formula. So maybe you can use that later, no? But let's say ito, yung length niya L. Tapos kunwari yung P located at an A distance from the fixed support. Okay? So tawagin din natin to na point A. For reference lang, point B tapos point C. No, for reference. Okay, and then, of course, para makuha natin yung deflection, mamili tayo ng method na gusto natin gamitin, di ba? Pwede yung double integration method, pwedeng area moment, pwedeng conjugate beam. So, anyway, for this scenario, para lang na maiba sa usual na ginagawa ko, which is double integration method, let me do naman conjugate beam method, no? So, let me do conjugate beam method. And then, I will do, kasi alam natin may reaction tayo dito eh. May reaction tayo dyan sa A, tapos meron tayong moment reaction sa A, di ba? So, para hindi ko na iniisipin, or hindi ko na yan isasama sa, ano ko, sa computation. So, let me draw the moment diagram na lang, no? So, tapos mag-conjugate beam ako, no? So, well, anyway, madali lang naman din makuha na yung reaction sa A will just be equal to P pag nag-summation of forces ka. Tapos yung moment sa A will just be P times A. Okay? So that's why kapag dinrawing natin ngayon yung moment diagram nito, yung tsura ng moment diagram niya is ganito lang. Okay? Where the value of this is P times A. Di ba? Okay? So that's going to be our moment diagram. Bending moment diagram. Okay? Now, using the concept of conjugate beam, let me draw now the conjugate beam equivalent to this. So, of course, yung conjugate beam, di ba, ano lang yon? That is just a beam na ang loading condition ay based sa moment diagram. Okay, so, ibig sabihin yung loading niya dyan, ganito. Ganyan. Nag-magnitude to ay PA, kasi ito ay A. Ito, L minus A. Okay, tapos according to the rule sa conjugate beam, ko kapag fix yung original beam, magiging free end yon sa conjugate beam. Kapag naman free end dun sa real beam or original beam, magiging fix yon dun sa conjugate beam. So ito magiging fix. Okay, so ito ngayon yung conjugate beam natin. Okay? So, again, sa conjugate beam, ang shear sa conjugate beam ay representing the slope dun sa real beam. While yung moment dito sa conjugate beam represents the deflection in the original beam. No? So here, if you would analyze, so meron tayo ngayon reaction dito. So lagyan ulit natin ng pangalan. Ito yung A, ito yung B, ito yung C. So ibig sabihin meron tayo ditong reaction sa C na pang conjugate beam. No? Tapos meron tayo ditong moment reaction sa C na pang conjugate beam. Okay? So to calculate the reaction, so dun sa conjugate beam tayo mag-analyze. Okay, sa conjugate beam yung basis natin dito. So if you take summation of forces Y, if you take summation of forces Y in the conjugate beam, assuming upward is positive, so we will have bali RC ni conjugate beam upward minus yung area nito. So, 1/2 PA times A is equal to 0. So, therefore, the reaction in the conjugate beam is equal to PA squared over 2. Okay? And if you want the moment reaction naman sa conjugate beam, so if take summation of moment at C, okay, so we will have, assuming counterclockwise positive, so we have yung PA squared over 2 times, ang moment arm niyan, no, di ba ito yung magiging resultant nila. Ito yan, no? So, itong distance na to, which is L minus A times from here to here, 2/3 ng A, di ba? So, we have L minus A plus 2/3 of A. Okay? And then minus the moment at C of the conjugate beam equal to 0. So, therefore, the moment at C of the conjugate beam is equal to PA squared over 2 times, as you can see here, -1 plus 2/3 magiging plus 1/3, no? Or I mean minus 1/3 or A over T. Ayan. So, yan ngayon yung moment reaction natin dun sa fixed support ni conjugate beam. Okay? So, well, what we know is that etong deflection etong moment na to sa conjugate beam, yan din yung magiging deflection sa real beam, no? Okay? So, ibig sabihin, itong moment na to, which is moment at C, no? Bali lumalabas ngayon, yung moment at C ni conjugate beam will represent the deflection at C nung real beam. Okay? So therefore, ang deflection ngayon sa C ay equal sa PA squared over 2 L minus A over 3. So lalagyan ko lang to ng EI. No? Kasi syempre, this is just, wala pa tong EI eh. Kumbaga, hindi pa natin dinivide ng EI. Okay, so lalagyan ko lang ng EI, so it's gonna be the deflection. So ito ngayon yung deflection natin sa point C, sa real beam. Eh di ba yung sa point C yung free end? And di ba alam natin sa cantilever, yun, dun lalabas yung maximum deflection. So ibig sabihin, itong deflection sa C, ito na rin yung magiging maximum deflection natin. Okay? So actually, masasagot natin kaagad itong number 2. No, yun yung maximum deflection. So masasagot tayo. So substitute lang natin. So lumalabas yung maximum deflection ay equal sa P, ang P na binigay ay 150. No, 150. Tapos yung A natin dito lumalabas 3.75. So 150 gawin lang nating Newton. Yung A gawin nating millimeters. So 3,750 squared over 2 EI. So, ang E na binigay ay 25 times 10 to the 3 tapos 1.6 times 10 to the 9 yung I. Ayan. Okay. And then we have L. So, yung L natin ay 5,000 minus 3,750 over 3. Okay? So that's gonna be our deflection, maximum. So ito ay naka-Newton, ito ay naka-mm squared, ito ay naka-Newton per mm squared, ito ay naka-mm to the fourth, tapos ito ay naka-mm. So lumalabas ngayon, magka-cancel itong Newton na to, magka-cancel ito, magiging squared na lang to, tapos magka-cancel yan dito. So we are left with this unit. And that will be our maximum deflection. So this is actually for number 2. So we have 150 1,000 times 3,750 squared over 2 times 25,000 times 1.6 times 10 to the 9 times 5,000 minus 3,750 over 3. Okay, and that gives us 98.88 millimeters. And that will be our answer for number 2. Okay, so number 2, that is around, sorry na ano, Pag ni-round off mo, 99, no? 99. So, letter C. Okay? And then, what about yung deflection sa under ng P, yung deflection dito? Well, tingin tayo sa conjugate beam. So, dapat makuha natin yung moment dito, no? Para makuha natin yung deflection dito. And para makuha yung moment dito, pwede naman natin i-drawing yung moment diagram nito, or pwede na lang tayo mag-method of section. Kunin na lang natin yung moment sa part na to. So, yun na lang yung gagawin ko, guys. Mag-method of section na lang ako dito. Analyze ko yung sa left side, no? Tawagin natin yan na section XX. Okay, so from section XX. So this is A, this PA, no? And then dito lalabas ngayon, may shear dyan. Na syempre, may moment din. Moment sa point B. Kasi point B to eh. Ito yung tinawag ko na point A kanina, ito yung tinawag ko na point B. Okay? Point B ni conjugate beam, just to be specific. Okay? So ulitin ko, no? Itong moment na to will represent the deflection dito. Ito namang shear will represent the slope in the real beam. Okay, so dito tayo sa moment magkumuha. So therefore, if I would take summation of moment at B equal to 0, assuming counterclockwise positive, so we will have PA squared over 2, yun yung area nito, no? Tapos yung moment arm niya is 2/3 lang ng A. Okay, and that is counterclockwise, and then minus moment at B of the conjugate beam. So therefore, the moment at B of the conjugate beam is equal to, cancel to, it's simply PA cube over 3. And once again, this tells us that the deflection at B of the real beam is equal to PA cube over 3 EI. Kasi di ba dapat equal siya sa deflection? So yan na yun. So therefore, for number 1, so the deflection under B is equal to 150. Gawin ulit nating Newton. A was 3750 cube over 3 E I. Ayan. Okay? And that should give us the deflection at B. So, no problem naman sa units, ano? Ayan. So, that will give us over 3 pala. Over 3. Okay, so that gives us 65.92 millimeters. Hence, that will be our answer for number 1. Okay, and dito, the nearest answer is letter D. Lastly, what upward force is to be applied at the free end to prevent the beam from deflecting? So dito, para magsusuperposition tayo. Ano daw dapat yung reaction dito para hindi siya magde-deflect? So parang yung prop, no? Parang ano daw yung reaction dun sa prop beam? Pero kung to determine that, I'll just apply superposition. Kasi 'di ba, lumalabas na kapag ganito siya, so meron ka dito upward reaction, tapos meron ka dito P, 'di ba? P at a distance A. Ito yung L. Tapos ito yung reaction natin. Okay? So far, nalaman na natin na yung magiging deflection dito sa free end, pag tinanggal natin yung prop, yung magiging deflection dito, delta, tawagin kong delta 1, is calculated as, itong na-derive ko, itong, sana yun? Ito, or ito. Yan, di ba? PA squared over 2EI L minus A over 3. Yan, PA squared over 2EI. Ganyan, di ba? Ngayon, kapag ibabalik natin siya, kapag meron tayo dito upward force R, kailangan yung deflection dito, we can define as well. Delta 2. So for delta 2, dapat kabisado na natin yan. That is PL cube over 3EI. Di ba? Pero kung hindi mo kabisado, pero na-derive mo naman to, pwede mo yan kunin galing dito. Kasi di ba lumalabas yung P na yan, parang sinagad mo doon sa dulo. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung A natin magiging equal sa L. Tingnan yung mangyayari, no? So, sa case na to, yung A mo equal sa L. So, therefore, if you would use this formula, okay? So, lumalabas yung delta 2 ay P L squared over 2EI times L minus L over 3. Okay? So, pag sinimplify natin yan, magiging yung numerical na lang yung isipin natin. Di ba may 1/2? Kasi multiply mo sa 1 minus 1/3. Okay? So, ang lalabas dyan, 1/3. So, lumalabas, ito yung PL cube over 3EI. So, pwede mo rin siya i-derive galing dun sa una mong formula. Ito. Kasi ang nangyari lang naman dito, ang kaibahan lang naman nito dito is yung P dito nasa distance A. Yung force dito is nasa distance L. So lumalabas yung A natin equal sa L. Kaya from here, gawin mo lang tong L. Okay? And with that said, therefore, dapat ang maging deflection dito, ganito itsura. Ganyan. So ang deflection mo dapat dito, 0. So ibig sabihin, pag inad mo yung deflection yung deflection 1 tsaka yung deflection, dapat mag-0. Okay? So lumalabas, we have um, 0 is equal to delta 1, pero pababa siya kaya negative, tas plus pataas yung delta 2. Okay, so in short, parang lumalabas lang, delta 2 is equal to delta 1, which gives us, so gawin ko na lang tong R ha, kasi ginawa ko R yung reaction. So lumalabas, we have R L cube over 3EI equals P A squared over 2EI times L minus A over 3. So itong part na to, hindi natin yan kailangan computein, no? Kasi ano na yan eh. Nandito na yan, no? Ito na yan. 98.88 na yan eh. Okay, so pwede na lang natin equate ito directly sa 98.88 millimeters. So substitute lang natin dito ngayon lahat. So R, yung L natin is 5,000 cube over 3 E, about 25,000. Tapos I, 1.6 times 10 to the 9. Equals 98.88. Check lang natin yung units. Ito ay naka-mm. Ito ay naka-mm cube. So ito gawin natin Newton para partner niya dito. Newton mm squared. Tapos ito naman mm to the 4th. So consistent naman yung units. Ang lalabas sa sagot natin para kay R dyan ay naka-newtons. So yung R natin would be okay, so 94,925. 94,925 newtons. Or in kilonewtons, that is 94.92 kilonewtons. And that would be our answer. Okay, so therefore, yung required na reaction dito would be around 95 kilonewtons. And that's how we solve this problem.